I had heard about Chevening scholarships. I had heard about how it had changed a lot of people's lives. I mean, I've had friends in the media who were applicants at some point, who now were Chevening scholars, and they will talk about it. And I was like, this is a scholarship I would really, really, really love to be part of. And so in 2017, I began my journey to become a Chevening scholar. Hello, my name is Lorrencia Adam and Nkrumah. This is my podcast, Perspectives with Lorrencia. I am happy to have you here. And on this episode, I'll be sharing my journey with you on how I became a Chevening scholar on a fully funded scholarship studying in the UK. So let's go. In 2017, I really wanted to apply for the Chevening scholarship. At the time, I was still working. I had gathered some experience. So I thought that, okay, let me just start. Let me just apply. And so I spoke with a few friends who encouraged me to go ahead and do the application. But then when I did the application, it got to a point deep down, I felt I wasn't ready. I felt I wasn't ready because I had not gathered the kind of experience needed to help me fully sell my story well. And so what did I do? I paused. I paused not because I was afraid, but I paused because I knew deep down that there was going to be a time, the right time for me to fully complete my interview process. So I left that hanging and I kept working. I kept building experiences. I kept meeting new people. I kept volunteering, joining a lot of impact projects all across the country. Then came 2024. 2024, I spoke with a friend of mine, Wendy, and I said, you know what? I feel this is the year that I should go for my Chevening scholarship. And so she was like, let's pray about it. And as Christians, we prayed about it. We sought God's direction. And finally, I started my Chevening application process. And let me just say, the application process is not a walk in the park. You will write 4 essays. So you fill out the applications online. You'll first be cleared to go ahead with the application. You fill out the application process. There's a portal where you fill out the application process, and you will be given 4 essay topics to complete. These 4 essay topics are on leadership, networking, your career goals, and why you want to study in the UK. And these are all couched around your own life story. So you are expected to have a plan for your life. You are expected to have short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals. In terms of leadership, what do you want to do with the skills you have and the skills you're going to acquire from the UK? In terms of why the UK, why do you want to study in the UK? And these are 4 strategic essays that we were expected to write. I wrote these essays the first time. I read it. I felt like it was okay. I shared it with previous scholars. They were like, nope, you didn't do it right. Go back and rewrite. But then what helped me was that I started writing my essays on time. I did not wait. I started writing. Once the application portal opened, I started writing my applications on time. And that is one thing I will encourage you. If you are ever considering a Chevening scholarship or any other scholarship at all, please start the application process on time. And then if you have friends who have already been on the scholarship, make sure you reach out to them for support. So I had that community of people who had already gone ahead of me, so I could always reach out to them. So I did the application. After the application, now came the time for proofreading. So again, I went back to my previous scholars and then shared my essays with them. There were some of the essays I had to write them whilst I was working on doing my day job. So during my lunch hours, I'll write. When I get home and I take care of my family, I'll write. I remember one time I stayed to write till 24 hours. That's how bad I wanted the scholarship. And so it's not going to land on your feet because you wish for it. But Chevening is one scholarship I dare say you really have to work for it. So I started writing the essays one topic at a time. So when I took the leadership, I wrote about my leadership journey. Networking, wrote about my networking journey. Why do I want to study in the UK? Wrote about it. So at every point, I knew that the structure was what was helping me, and it helps you to also stay organized. Now, after my final draft, which was approved by my previous scholars, we had to do a lot of proofreading. After the proofreading, they finally approved it and was like, okay, it's good to go. And so I saved a copy for myself, went on the portal, saved it, and then I think I sent it somewhere in November. I don't remember the right date, but I sent it, and that was the first step. Now, it wasn't an easy journey trying to write your life journey, put your life journey into 4 different essays, 500 words each, for somebody who doesn't know anything about you. But if there's one advice I'll tell you when it comes to writing your essays or working on your application, you know your story. Be as authentic as possible. Please do not use AI. Do not use AI. Tell your story to the best of your ability. Tell your story. It is your story. It is your career journey. It is you who have done the things you said you have done. So tell it in a way that will appeal to somebody. Don't lie. Don't say things you cannot justify, but tell your own story. And that is exactly what I did to be shortlisted on the 2025-2026 Chevening Scholarship. In our next video, I am going to tell you about how I prepared for my interview, and if you are preparing for your interview, what you should look out for. If you've not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let's do this together. And if you're thinking about Chevening, listen, you are thinking about the world's prestigious scholarship. I wish you all the best and see you another time.